Hello, Mgtow. Hello, man. This is Howard Dare. Thanks for stopping by. So, I want to talk about how to make women happy and why it's not important and why you shouldn't do it. Because here's the thing. The dynamic between men and women, the variables, they're not static. They're not the same. They're different between the men and the women. For example, the very attractive woman does not necessarily get together with the very attractive man. She gets together with the very wealthy man, okay? So the men are raised to please the women. This is the dynamic that we're seeing in the mainstream media in this attacking of Donald Trump, right? It's like, oh my God, here's a man and he's done something that might not have been to make women happy. You know, women might not be his number one priority in life. I mean, that's really what Mgtow is as well. The idea that here's a man that's not going to run across the room, you know, to open the door for some big fat slob of a woman, right? And it's like, oh my God, this guy, he's a bad man. He doesn't belong here. He has to be fired. And it's like, you know, so the people want to be treated equally, and you've got a man who actually treats people equally, and everybody goes crazy, you know, because men are raised to please women. That's it, right from the start. They're conditioned. And if you don't do it, you get punished. Straight up. Even today, in light of alternative media, in light of Mgtow, in light of the overreaching of third wave feminism and social justice warriors. This is the status quo. This is what we default to, this worshiping of women. And if the male doesn't come to recognize what's going on, then he becomes a pawn. He becomes just a tool that is used by the women in society and society itself. And he can never find his own purpose. He can never find his own strength. You know, I see a lot of young men walking around, and I can see that they're not feeling well. They're not healthy. They're not confident. And I understand, you know, but here's the thing. It's not an accident. You know what I mean? Let little Johnny try to assert himself in being a young man. He's going to get stepped on. He's going to get put back in his place. And it's not even like they're aware that they're doing it. They push the men, you know, into this weaker, subordinate role. And there's more women. And their needs, as far as they're concerned, as far as each individual woman is concerned, she is like a gateway to the divine. You know, she is like an angel. And as far as the individual woman is concerned, every individual man is more like a demon or an animal. And from a biological point of view, you can understand where she's coming from. You know what I mean? Like the man can hang out with a woman and he's, you know, it's good for him on pretty much all levels as long as he doesn't hang around for too long. And she ends up getting pregnant. You know what I mean? So there's the exchange on that. So you can understand. You can't really be like, oh my God, you know, that's a crazy idea. So that's the default mode. Okay, make the women happy. And it's even true in the animal kingdom. Okay, that's what the herd is. It's protecting the women, it's protecting the children. So that's how deep this instinct goes. Now, what if you've got a bunch of women who never intend to bear children, who have no loyalty to the group, to the tribe, to the herd, and they indulge their instinct of the demonization of men so strongly that they attack the young. They don't feed the young males. Whenever the young males try to get stronger, or it looks like they're doing something that might enhance them, the older females come down on it. They don't like it. They know where that's going to lead, you know, so this is the instinct that we've got going on. Now, what happens when you've got a man? You know, when I say that, I'm talking about somebody who can actually understand the things that are going on around him and then adjust his emotions, you know? Like, if you know you're being played, if you know you're being made a fool of, if you know that the person who's crying is crying crocodile tears, you know, and thinks you're a fool, you're still going to go along with it. Your instincts will tell you yes, as a man. You know, it's a crying woman. She's upset. There's something wrong. You got to do everything you can. So your instincts are saying, do it, right? She cheated on you. She wants a divorce. She wants the kids. She wants the house. She's going to tell all of your friends and family that you're a piece of shit. And your instincts are saying, okay, honey. That's why it's important not to please the women, to not try to make them happy. Now, I'm not suggesting that a man walk around, you know, and growl at women, because I've tried that and it doesn't work, you know. It's not good for you. It's not good for your health to have that kind of hatred and attitude. Yeah, that really is something I'd like to address, you know, to you guys, Mgtow, coming in. I don't know that hating women is too healthy. You know what I mean? I mean, at first, I understand. Absolutely. The man has been deceived, he's been tricked, he's been mocked, he's been belittled, he's believed it all, and he should have. I mean, how is he not going to go along with this idea? It's in his instincts, it's in our culture, right? And so then he goes to please the woman, to take care of the woman, to provide for the woman, to give her everything she wants. And the more he does that, the less she respects him. So this dynamic, this relationship between the men and the women, if you give the woman what she wants, if you show her that you're willing to do these things for her, that's it. It's over. It's kind of like the woman giving up sex too easily. And as much as the man says that's what he wants, he won't respect the woman if she does that too easily. And I know this one kind of goes past the young men, right? Like, you can buy a whore, okay? You can do that. You can buy the affection and the time and the company of a whore. You can do that. And most women are, regarding resources, that's what they're interested in. They're not interested in your good looks. They're interested in, your money, and they're not even so much interested in your potential with money, but rather what you're going to give them right now. And if you give them what they want right now, they're done with you. They need nothing more from you, so as manipulative and Machiavellian as that sounds, right, I would suggest that women should be treated as curiosities, as annoyances, as, something to look at, something to be amused by, and really not to interact with them. Let them come to you, let them tell you what they want, and then let you not give it to them, but you can play along. You can pretend like you want to give it to them, you can pretend like you might give it to them, but don't give it to them. Don't give them the money that they want. Don't give them the time that they want. Don't give them the affection that they want. And they will continue to bother you and ask for it. You know what I mean? Now, don't be an asshole. Don't be like, don't be like, fuck you. I'm not going to do anything for you. Don't be like that, because then they'll tell the blue pill men and you'll lose your job, So instead, you're kind of like, oh, wow, gee, that's a tough one. I mean, I'd like to help, but I don't think I can. That's a much better approach. Or at least, I guess I wish I had adopted that approach in a workplace environment. But I think you understand, what I'm getting at, right? Don't give a woman what she wants until she's given you what you want. And then only give her a portion of what she wants. Make sure that she has to continue to work and earn, what it is she wants from you before you give anything to her. And you have to behave this way as a man with women. Well, wait a minute. I shouldn't talk like that. I think it's the smart way to go. Of course, there are exceptions. And this is assuming that you're dealing with women at all. Now, you're going to have to interact with women, and it shouldn't create this violent, hostile, physiological reaction in you. You know what I mean? It shouldn't make you sick. I don't want to go around hating people, is what I'm basically trying to say, I guess. At the same time, you don't want to go around lusting after people, like you're walking around in the shopping mall and you just want everything you see. And that's kind of like the way that men look at women. So this is what allows them to be controlled, and then the guy meets up with the big fat slob of a woman, and she's like, will you buy me this? Will you give me that? And he's like, I'll give you anything you want, honey, if you'll just love me, and it's like, oh, well, who can respect that? The man himself can't even respect that. So who are you mad at? Are you mad at the woman for acting like a woman? Or are you mad at yourself as a young man for going along with everything that you were trained to do and everything that one of your that your instincts and your biology tells you to do, right? I couldn't overcome that. So I would suggest that Mgtow are mostly mad at themselves for falling for this idea of romantic love, this kind of princess, situation. And, let me just say, okay, you can still have a good life, have good interactions, have healthy interactions with people. That's the way it should be. Okay, none of this stuff precludes happiness. As a matter of fact, getting rid of this illusion of this kind of retarded, romantic, baby mother love is probably absolutely necessary towards achieving any sort of adult happiness. Because otherwise the man is just played and he doesn't become strong. He doesn't become independent. He doesn't become admirable. He doesn't become somebody that other men can look to and say, wow, I wish I was more like him. He becomes this doting, crippled, like sycophant that's trying to please just some ugly woman. And it's not even a reasonable exchange. You know, it's like if he doesn't do it, she's going to make him miserable. So it disintegrates into that really quickly. You know, this is why, for myself, I've really only been able to like be together with women for like 6 months up to, like a few years. And a few years was way too long. By that time, it was already going all bad. So hopefully this will help you guys, give you some insight as to what's going on, kind of quell some of that anger and hatred so that you can find a little more satisfaction in life. Let me know what you think about this in the comments section below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, donate, and join me again, Howard Dare, as I plan to have more content for you. Thank you, Mgtow.